Hello, and welcome back. Now, you're probably wondering, Delta, why are you standing in the library? Well, I'm standing in the library because it's right next to to-do list. And we do have something on the to-do list that we need to get done, and that is gunpowder. We need a lot of gunpowder. Because, well, I'm down to my last 44 rockets, and I don't like that very much. So we need gunpowder. Also, I think sometime in this episode we'll probably also make the mud farm. But mostly we need to get the gunpowder going because, well, I need to get a lot of flying. I like flying, it's been a while, and we're also down to the last 44 rockets. So we need to get on that. So, I guess we'll start off the video with making a gunpowder farm. Probably not really what I was expecting to be doing, but desperate times call for desperate measures. It is now done, and I've only AFK'd it for a relatively short amount of time while building it, and we already have a lot of gunpowder. Like, a lot of stacks. Like, hold on, let me just grab all the gunpowder. And I'm grabbing the redstone. I need redstone, so... Ooh, more redstone there, some redstones there, even more gunpowder. We have a lot of gunpowder. Plus, also, we get string and stuff. I decided to make just a general mob farm because, well, I just needed a lot of general stuff. And I just kind of looked up a design on YouTube, and I'll link it in the description. And honestly, really good oh my gosh, over 4 stacks of gunpowder. My apologies. That's really good. Honestly, we do not need to get much gunpowder anymore. I'll probably do like a long AFK session at some point, but for now, pretty good building. I'm very happy with it. But honestly, let's stop by the sugarcane farm. Let's grab a lot of paper. But yeah, we'll just grab that. That's fine. Let's see. Did the honeycomb farm produce anything? I'm not 100% sure, but let's see. Ooh, a little bit more over here. Nothing. That's fine. Anyways, we need to fly back, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to be working on. Well, you kind of already know, but let me just show you anyway. And the stuff we have in this chest is what I'm talking about, so let's look. Yeah, it's all in shulker boxes because that's the quantity we need. And the quantity we need is, well, in this chest at least, I have 31,000 wheat seeds. Yeah, we have a lot of wheat seeds, but we also have a lot of water buckets and also some bamboo slabs because we are making the fields of the town. And that is what I'm excited about. Also, one thing I'm not excited about, though, is every single clip I've recorded so far, it's been raining. Why? Why has it always been raining in every single clip I've been recording? Like, this typically does not happen. Like, it doesn't even rain in Minecraft that often. Like, come on. Why does it have to rain in every single clip I record? But, yeah, with all this stuff, we first, before we can do it, we need to terraform this entire area. And I'm talking this entire area. All of over here, all of over here, all the way going to over here, around more over here, through this area we need to flatten down a lot, all the way over here, and probably stopping only when we get to about here. And also there is just this hole right here that it goes quite... Oh, that's a lot of my HP, sheesh. Yeah, there's just this giant hole here that goes, like, really far down. Ooh, lapis. Honestly, I'm gonna take some lapis. Lapis is always good, so I'll grab that. I do see some redstone. Ooh, copper. I am a sucker for, like, eddy ores, so I just kind of grab everything I see. And considering we are going to need a lot of stuff for later projects, honestly, it makes my resource gathering a lot easier right now. Oh, no. Ow. My face. One thing I am going to be excited about is when I have to stop eating cookies. They do not regen much at all. It takes forever. But hey, we'll do a little bit of landing right here. And ow, why am I taking so much damage? I have prop 4 and everything. Well, apart from the elytra. But that you can't even get prop 4 on. Come on. Sheesh. But yeah, I think I'll probably start off with this area here. I have a bulk area right here. I need to do some terraforming with this stuff here. When I said next episode is going to be a lot of terraforming and getting this area finished up, it is going to be a lot of work. 6 episodes in the making this place was, and then next episode we're off to a completely different area. All the way that way. But for that, we do got to finish this area first. I don't want to leave an area until it's done, though. That probably will happen at some point in the future. But hey, let's just get straight into a time lapse. And after that time lapse, well, that was about 10 hours of work, and we now have everything around here terraformed. So let's quick take to the sky and check it all out. This whole area over here took about 6 hours. I did it in one session. I don't know why I decided to do it in one session, but it took me about 6 hours. I did do a little bit more off camera, like terraforming this hill right here. This is eventually going to have a big old tree on it. That's going to be done a little bit later, but that is what we're going to do there. Basically, I have a little bit more terraforming throughout just connecting this section up here, making that look a little bit nicer, and obviously just around the main village itself. But now it's time for the main attraction of the village, the massive wheat field. So if I fly down here, there's a chest that has roughly 31,000 wheat seeds in it. And also, I have water buckets to fill up, and we're going to be using bamboo slabs to cover it all up. Also, because I don't want to have mobs be trampling my crops, I decided I'm going to put up a little bit of a barrier around the entire thing, or at least as much of it as I can. There's still going to be some holes, but that's why I have sweet berries, and I'm just going to put moss carpets on them, so it looks a little bit nicer. But yeah, that is what we're going to have to do. So, well, I know we were just in a time lapse, but we're momentarily going to go back into one, but I do want to actually cross off the gunpowder farm off of the library list. I've been wanting to do this for about 8 hours after I realized it, but I'm like, well, I gotta record for that, so let's quick take this off of the list, and boom, we only have one thing left to do, and that's the mud farm, which we're actually probably going to do in a little bit later in this episode, but yeah, because we are going to actually be needing a lot of mud. So, well, outside of having to do the mud farm a little bit later, we might as well start work on all of the wheat. This is going to take me forever, but first, before I can even start on the wheat, I do have to go around all the village and just tidy up how the moss looks. Like for this example here, this was right around a hill and also filled up some stuff, so I gotta make this look nicer. Well, whether spread or kind of just edge it a little bit nicer, but yes. A little bit work around here. If I come around here, this area is mostly fine, but I do want to have a little bit more work done here, so we'll probably increase the height of this a little bit. And then also, I don't think I'll do it initially, but we're going to have the sweet berries go all the way around, but that may come a little bit later. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, I'll work all the way around here, then kind of just go up onto the hill, and then I got to deal with all the stuff going all the way around. But yeah, I love this area. I'm really good at natural terraforming like this, so I'm very, very pleased by how this all turned out. And it's going to look great when it's all covered in wheat. So yeah, let's get to that. after that last time lapse. The wheat fields are now all in and all completed. I did a little more detail around, so let me just show you that. So we have this little path going out here, which will lead through here and snake all the way that way to where we'll be, well, building in the future. Now we have this one over here that goes all the way that way. And then also I added all the foliage and everything, so we got some grass, we got some bushes. It's looking really nice. And also one thing I did was across all the edges here, I put sweet berries under moss carpets, so no mobs can actually go on to the wheat fields and actually trample them. So, yeah, this is going to be really good. So all these will actually be preserved. But if we come over this way, I built a big old tree over here, which I thought this would look really nice. I really like it. Again, more foliage. But if we come all the way over here, I changed this off here to kind of just make it come down to the water's edge. I have these little crossover kind of gate things that'll lead into the wheat field from the main area. So I have one there and obviously one here. It's looking really good. Obviously, everything around everything kind of just has its foliage. Looks really nice. I absolutely love this view right here because you just see these rolling fields. And we used quite a bit of seeds, roughly 33,000 wheat seeds for this absolutely massive project. And the reason why this video has taken so long to get out is because, well, I've been kind of busy, and also, my videos only take me about 15 to maybe 20 hours to make from start to finish. This one has taken me about 35, and, yeah, so a little more than normal, but that's just kind of how it goes. But hey, that's not bad at all, in the slightest, actually, because there is no way I could have honestly split this between 2 episodes, and I wanted this area finished so we could move on to other things, more or less expanding that way. But we do have 2 points of expansion we can go off of this village. This way, which we'll be doing first, and then eventually we'll come back and expand something off this way. Now, regardless, we're going to have a lot of bridges because, well, it's water over there, and there's water over there. We're on just a big old island, so, yeah, but honestly, this area is looking incredible, and I think it all started with one little carriage sitting right around there where the fountain is. Honestly, incredible. This build has been a lot of fun to make, and honestly is looking absolutely incredible. There's very few angles where it doesn't look good, and considering I only made it to be seen from a couple angles, honestly, I think I did a lot better than what I anticipated. So, yeah, that's really good. Now, obviously, I'm a little sorry that it took over 2 weeks to come out. I didn't expect it to take this long, but, I think it was well worth the wait because, well, it's finally done now, and I love it. I'm sure you guys will love it, and yeah. But I do gotta tell you guys about... Ow. I do gotta tell you guys about something. The next video probably isn't going to be out for a while, simply because I'm going to be very, very busy these next 2 weeks, and I have basically no time to record at all. I have, like, maybe a couple hours total over the next 2 weeks to be able to record. I'm just so incredibly busy, but I'll probably have a video out by the end of May, I am hoping. So, yeah, by the end of May, hopefully there'll be a video out. But, yeah. I do absolutely love our clock tower, even though it doesn't do it when the sun's fully in the sky. That's simply due to a limitation with redstone. But hey, honestly, this is looking amazing, and there's a lot of small details around here, and honestly, it's incredible. But now I can finally say, welcome to Wheatwood. The name of the village is Wheatwood. I know you've seen it in the title and you've already seen this, but I've been having this name in my head for this village for, well, since before I even started recording this series, and honestly, I think it fits in quite nicely. We use a lot of wood in the builds, and wheat is the main product, wheat and wood, based off of, obviously, other things in real life, like different towns have different names, and sometimes they go off of raw materials, like, say, Flint, Michigan, for example, is one that just popped into my head. Different materials from different places, and you go off in names like that. Though, this one probably is going to be one of the few that are actually named like that. The other ones will just have more other kind of standard for names. But hey, Regardless, it turns out amazing, and I love it. Now it is time for the commentary cut, and honestly, I think sitting on this tree right here that we have on this little peninsula right here that I decided to leave alone, I think is going to be the perfect spot to do it, so we can look over the giant wheat fields behind us. So now let's get into the commentary cut. From Silver, the new builds look really nice. The amount of progress was well worth the wait. Can't wait for the next episode. Well, yeah, this video also is getting quite delayed due to sheer time scale and sheer size of the project. But yeah, I do hope this one is also well worth the wait because I've really enjoyed it. I'm hoping you guys really enjoy it. And yeah, the builds are not going to be as big of progression in the future as much as this. We still are getting everything kind of set up for logistics and stuff. Like, we finally have, well, Iron Farm as of a couple episodes ago. We built the mob farm, so we finally have that for gunpowder for rockets. I do have a lot of rocket stockpiles, so that was fine. We have other farms all over there, and we finally have food farm getting relatively good, and I've also been getting a lot of a stockpile of golden carrots. But we still have a lot of other food to eat, like pumpkin pies and apples, before we'll get onto the golden carrots. So yeah, that just gives me plenty of time to get even more stockpile of food. But yeah, it's coming together great. The wait is for the next one going to be a little bit, probably 3 weeks or so. Though the size is not going to be anywhere comparative to this. I'm just really busy. So yeah, that was that. Hopefully the next video is also well worth the wait as well, as we're expanding onto a new area with a kind of a new palette a little bit. And that's gonna be interesting. Now on to our next comment from Wrong5208. I never liked wool sails. That stoled sail detailing is really good. Talking about the ship behind me from the last episode that we did, where we built the ship in the kind of harbor down there. And yeah, I'm not a fan of woolen sails. Woolen sails I feel like can be really good, but they just haven't had a lot of improvement over a long period of time. And this kind of sail design, let me just go into FreeCam to show you. This sail design honestly does have a lot of really nice detail and makes it look like it's actually kind of more strung up in the harbor. And that is actually something that's really good. It looks more realistic and adds kind of more detail because of how like thin it is. It's not overly thick like a full block, so it just allows it to be nicerly more petite, I guess. And yeah, more petite builds, kinda nice. The village isn't absolutely massive in scale, and nor is the ship. Everything kinda has its own size, and I think I got the size characteristics actually really good. Now, the village is very wide, it doesn't have a lot of height, but that's also typically how builds are in real life. You may have a village that stretches a couple hundred meters, but maybe only like a dozen or so meters in height. So it's very flat. And same thing with this village. And yeah, everything comes together really nice and really composed. But yeah, that's going to be where I'm going to cut it off for this episode. And on to what will be the next project. Oh, it's this direction. On to the next project. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.